Hey, good afternoon, Bob Trade Genius. The 8th of January. I'll just show you a couple things. I'm going to show you Bitcoin and then 10 ETFs. I think there's changes in the air, and so here's the move from Bitcoin up until when the futures markets opened here. A lot of this was probably buying in anticipation to get a hold of coins in which they can then trade in the futures market, and from this point on, it started to create a bit of a triangle, okay, and it's staying within that, so it's making higher lows. And we had another hammer again today. And Phil's talking about this as a potential for a breakout. And what's interesting here is if it's going to break out as the dollar moves higher too, that to me that means that there's going to be some currency mayhem in Asia, because Japan and Korea and China/Hong Kong are the biggest marginal movers of these coins. And if they think their currencies, or they're going to plan on devaluing their currencies, this is one way in which they're going to try to maintain currency value. And that's one of the values of these cryptocurrencies, is that you could sidestep these currency moves and just stay out of the game and preserve your wealth. So it's something to keep an eye on. And if you noticed here, it's when it came down, it created some high volume area here. It tested the low volume area here, and now it's creeping back up again. Once it climbs over this ledge again, then we're in a breakout mode. Typically when something breaks out, it'll break out, probably come down up to here, and then it'll come back and test again before it goes again. And then you're looking at probably $23,000. Phil will keep you up with the loop on that. But the other point, with the Bitcoin, is that once Bitcoin starts to move higher again, all the altcoins against it will start to struggle, and you'll see money moving out of those coins. It'll flow back into Bitcoin again. So just keep that in mind. The number that you're looking at here is once we get over, get a new high here, then you're looking at potential for the breakout to go. So anyway, just I bring that to your attention. And now I want to talk a little bit about the ETFs here. Market today was kind of quiet, and things are starting to get pushed to extremes. Here's SPY, and for us, we have credit spreads on SPY expiring on Friday. Second week of the month typically is the weakest of the month. And so we're looking for some weakness coming in to the market. Basically the money flow has just peaked. We got an indicator here to say, hey, it's okay to put a credit spread on, and we did. Trades out of the money, so we're still looking pretty good on that, and we'll just keep an eye on it. Financials have really not done much at all, and I haven't really been trading it. Just something I just keep an eye on. Emerging markets have flattened out. So this was a run. The dollar weekends, people are moving into the emerging markets. There's also flattening out on the money flow, and it's over 5% above its moving VWAP. Way overbought. GDX started to give a little weakness here today. We started taking some positions on the short side of the miners. Even though we love miners, it needs to pull back to get its next move higher. And I'm looking for a move for GDX down to here, and maybe down to here if the dollar strengthens. This is going to be my next credit spread. It'll be on the Qs. I'll do it for the Friday following. I'm just waiting to see for this to cross over. It's been very strong start of the year. It did opposite of what people expected. A lot of people expected people to start selling the Qs off, and typically when everybody expects it to do something, it does the opposite, because you have traders trying to fade other traders. So I'll wait for this move to exhaust itself, and then I'll sell credit spreads against the Qs. This is another look at international markets. They're definitely getting on the overbought side. The Brazil index looks the same. Here's VXX. Didn't really do anything yet on this year, other than just keep an eye on. I'm waiting for a push higher so I can short it again. The game's still on until whoever is shorting these contracts get burned. They're just going to keep doing it. But there wasn't enough there for me to worry about. I'd rather wait for a push higher before I chase it, just like I did when we got this last pop here. And definitely mostly on credit spread side until we get a really big move. Same with UVXY. IWM, we have a trade on this is credit spreads as well. For Friday, we're out of the money, looking good so far. And hasn't done much, and it's starting to weaken here a little bit. AML Pay, this is ETF. This is the one I am putting some of my 401k money in and just collecting a dividend on, and it's looking decent, and there's a lot of liquid natural gas companies in here too. So if you want something you don't have to watch, 8% dividend right now, just something to keep an eye on. Utilities have been getting hammered because of the bond market. A lot of people are worried about the bond market rolling over. I think they're going to taste that, then they're going to go crazy trying to buy those bonds back. And I think we'll get our one last shot at a refi. GDXJ, we bought some puts on that. We're actually up a little bit on the trade. And I'm waiting for GDXJ to come here, and then we'll wait and see what happens. I think this move here, when we get a crossover, will be a failure. Just keeping an eye on it at the moment. Gold looks just like the international markets do. Everything looks like it's dollar based. So if the dollar strengthens, look for all these things to reverse. Okay, consumer staples have been pretty flat. And oil services, I think this is going to be a great trade for the year. It's just over 10% now over its moving average for VWAP. So I think it's getting a little overdone. And let's see here, emerging markets. So this is pretty much the top volume ETFs. And so it's really all about the dollar. The dollar reverses. Look for all these things to reverse. And I'll just bring up copper. I think copper's starting to fade a little bit. I'll bring up DBA too. Starting to fade. And JJG, these are fading too. So these are all dollar sensitive, and they're starting to roll over. So anyways, Bob from Trade Genius. Come check out our store. I think we have some winter specials running on some training and some subscriptions until the end of March. And come join us. Making a lot of money in the crypto side. We had a great start to the ETFs. We're batting 1,000 on the credit spread, so there's a lot of ways in which you can make money trading with us. So look forward to having you as part of the team. Have a good one. Bye-bye.